Oh boy, it's shivery out there. Hi folks, I'm Joshua Orro, the Mustang Prince. Welcome to another episode of Mustang Prince Orro Reports. And it's that time of year, December, the Christmas month of the year. And as you can see, I've already decorated my room for this holiday season. And, well, oh God, there goes my alarm again. Jeez. I should probably fix that before I get started. There we go. That's better. Okay. In case you're wondering what I'm going to be reviewing today, well, allow me to put a little backstory in it first. Backstory first. In 1845, famous novelist Hans Christian Andersen wrote a story called The Snow Queen. It's one of Andersen's longest and one of his most highly acclaimed stories by readers and critics. It is regularly included in selected stories such as collections of work. It centers on a struggle between good and evil and is experienced by a little boy and girl named Kai and Gerda. It focuses on mostly about Gerda trying to rescue her friend Kai after he's kidnapped by the Snow Queen, and journeys north, overcoming certain obstacles in order to reach him. And over the years, not only after the book was made, there have been several adaptations, whether being Russian films or live action or animated, Finnish, British, or Danish, or so on and so forth. Not to mention a recent Russian version, which was made by Wizard Animation. It was made just a little while ago. But, however, there is one film that just was released just last week, and still, that's going to be my subject of today, which was made by, believe it or not, Walt Disney Animation Studios, my favorite entertainment of all time. Released on November 27th, 2013, which happens to be my grandmother's 80th birthday, the movie is Frozen. Yeah, like every recent movie, I'm not going to be spoiling anything too major for you. Otherwise, Her Majesty is going to put a frostbite on me. So, here's my plot for certain, as best I can. Okay, here goes. In the kingdom of Arendelle, there are two princesses who live there. Princess Anna, who's the youngest of the two, and Princess Elsa, who's born somehow with snow magic. After Anna is struck for the first time, her parents take her to a garden where there are trolls who alter her memory and warn that Elsa's powers could be proved too dangerous. After a little while, as years are going by, Elsa and Anna are separated, not as in away from each other, but they're being closed on each other. Even their castle is locked and their staff has been reduced. And 3 years later, after their parents pass away, Elsa's coronation starts to arrive, and Anna meets the charming Prince Hans of the Southern Isles. However, during the coronation party, Elsa's powers go out of control and puts herself into self-exile. But Anna wants to fix it up with her, and she journeys to the North Mountains with the help of a mountain man, a snowman, and a reindeer in order to find Elsa and put a stop to her eternal winter once and for all and fix their problems. So, my thoughts on this movie? Well, it was absolutely astoundingly beautiful. It's almost like you can imagining a CGI Winter Wonderland in this movie. The effects were decently amazing, and the cast was I'm getting too ahead of myself, though. But I will explain a few words about it, though. In certain things. Like, in my opinion, like, I just can't believe that this movie went through, like, development hell for a while. Like, it's like, in 1943, Disney and Samuel Goldwyn had considered the possibility for collaborating together to produce a biography film of the author and poet Hans Christian Andersen, where Goldwyn Studios would shoot the live-action sequences, and Disney would create the animated sequences. They would make sequences from stories such as The Little Mermaid, Little Match Girl, Snow Queen, Thumbelina, Ugly Duckling, Red Shoes, and Emperor's New Clothes. But Walt and his animators were having hard troubles about the Snow Queen, as they couldn't find a way to adapt and relate the Snow Queen character to modern audiences. Even as far as the 1940s, Disney Animation Department saw great cinematic possibilities with the source material. But, unfortunately, Snow Queen proved too problematic. This, along with other things, led to the cancellation of Disney Goldwyn Project. Goldwyn went on to produce its own live-action films in 1952, entitled Hans Christian Andersen, with Danny Kaye as Andersen. And it even was going through the same problem in the 1990s and the late 2002. But by June 2010, the project entered development hell once again, with the studio failed to find a way to make the story and the Snow Queen character work. Finally, in December 22nd, 2011, following the success of Tangled, Disney announced a new title for the film was Frozen, and its release date would be like November 27, 2013. It was like in stereoscopic 3D animation. It was simply great. Hold on a minute, I gotta stop this music.
Explore. Welcome to all the things you can do with your hands.
Good. There we go. Interruptions. It's always interruptions getting to me. So, that's basically all I know for this film, though. So far, like every certain... But is this film as any good as Wreck-It Ralph from last year? Well, definitely it is. But also, there are some great songs in it, and I will have you listen to a few of them and my thoughts on each one. But I just don't want to take too long, though. The first song, Frozen Heart, is kind of like the Rustabout song from Dumbo in a little bit. It's like showing a bunch of ice harvesters working around, and if do you want to build a snowman, it's kind of like Anna and Elsa, like Anna wanting to still play with her sister after being shut out again. Reindeers are better than people. It's kind of like showing Kristoff's relation with his pal Sven the reindeer. Let It Go. I believe I smell an Oscar for that one, because it is Elsa's song while she builds her castle. Olaf's song, In Summer, it's kind of like a snowman's dream of being alive in the summer. And for the first time in forever, it's kind of like a happy song for Anna. But also the romance song, Love is an Open Door. It seems pretty quick, but it's also pretty fun still. And also the last song, Fixer Upper, sung by the Trolls. It's okay. It's not the best, but it's still okay. Okay. So I gotta be quick. I'm running out of time, though. I'm gonna be talking about the characters and their voice actors, and also the ones who I find interesting. I'll start with the main two and their relationships. Our main character, Princess Anna, is voiced by Kristen Bell, who I probably know as Korra from Astro Boy, or Hiromi from Hayao Miyazaki's Cat Returns, also from the When in Rome remake. Anna is kind of different from most Disney princesses, since she's not one of those who want more out of life than being just a princess. She's wants to be more connected to her sister, not being shut out of everything. Speaking of which, Elsa, the Snow Queen, is voiced by wicked actress Idina Menzel, who people probably might know as Nancy from Enchanted, Elphaba from Wicked, or Maureen from Rent. Elsa, I believe, is like the most sympathetic out of the two, since I already know it's not her fault that she was born with snow powers. But I also have one thing to note about her. If you mix the original Snow Queen, Jadis from Narnia, and Elphaba from Wicked, you get Elsa. And that's pretty interesting, don't you think? The main love interest, Kristoff, is voiced by Jonathan Groff from Glee. This guy is a way better hero than Flynn Rider from Tangled. It's like with his mountainous behavior and also knows his way around the winter tundra. I'll get to him later. Olaf the Snowman, which is one of my favorite characters along with Sven the Reindeer, is voiced by Josh Gad. This guy is a really great snowman character and a great sidekick. I mean, he dreams of being in summer, but also he uses parts of his body, like, for different purposes, like using his carrot nose for a lockpick or something like that. But I'm getting way too ahead of myself with him. Prince Hans is voiced by Santino Fontana. I mean, he may start out as a love interest to Anna, but trust me, it's all an act for what he really is. But I'm not going to tell you about it, though. The Duke of Westleton is an antagonist voiced by King Candy himself, Alan Tudyk. And I guess that's all there is to know about him. The Trolls, on the other hand, are great supporting characters. Like, the Troll King reminds me of Yoda from Star Wars. And another character I want to point out is Marshmallow, voiced by Paul Briggs. This guy puts Harold from Matterhorn or the abominable snow monster from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer to shame. Like, with all his roar, his ice claws, even his spikes all over him are really scary. And also now for my final words on this movie. Above all, Frozen is a must-see movie for the winter holidays. Disney fans, non-Disney fans, animation fans, and non-animation fans will definitely be chilled up their spine to see this movie. And as a Disney supporter and Mustang Prince, I guarantee to give this movie 100% and an applause for being the best animated movie of 2013. Well, that's all for now, everybody. But I'm not finished yet. I still have another Enchantia adventure to check out for the holidays. So, till then, Mustang